Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today for Creatio's webinar. Today we will be discussing our major update with you, which is the latest product release of Creatio version 7.16. My name is Creatio, and I'm excited to be with you today. I'm joined by a few of my favorite colleagues, Eric Hale, our Global Head of Sales Enablement, Alex Petronenko, our Product Evangelist, and Nandish Madhupati, our Solutions Manager. So let's take a minute, guys, and thank our audience for joining us.
Hey, welcome, guys. Thank you very much. Appreciate you taking the time out of your day.
Hi, everyone. Very excited to be here with you today.
Hey, everyone. This is Nandish Madhupati. Very excited to be on this call. Thank you.
Great. And before we dive into discussing some of the new aspects and components of Creatio's offering, I'd like to give you just a background, and while this will be an overview for many of you, we are a globally diverse organization with 5 offices around the globe. We have over 650 employees, and we have a robust channel network of over 700 partners, system integrators, and consultants. We are also highly recognized by key industry analysts, including Gartner and Forrester, which I will discuss with you in more detail, and we welcome you to ask any questions about this. We are recognized in 5 Gartner Magic Quadrants, the former 3 speaking to our SFA and CRM capabilities, and the latter speaking to our low-code and business process management capabilities. Again, we're very proud of this recognition, and it's something that we plan to grow over time. We are also recognized in 7 Forrester Waves, the former 2 speaking to our low-code and process automation capabilities, and the latter 5 speaking to our CRM and SFA capabilities. Again, we are extremely proud of this recognition, and it's something that we continue to expand and grow our relationships with the thought leader and analyst community. And to quickly emphasize Creatio's vision, we believe that we have created a world where everyone can automate business ideas within minutes. Users with little to no coding experience can automate processes and simplify daily tasks. And now I'd like to let my colleague Eric share exactly how customers achieve this vision using our offering. So Eric, take it away.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Craig. And again, welcome everybody. We're really excited to be here on the call with you. And I love this slide. I love this statement. You know, creating a world where any business idea can be created and automated in minutes. So how does Creatio help our customers do that? We do this through our unique combination of low-code development and CRM on a single platform. So what you're seeing on the screen is just a brief snapshot of our framework. And as you can see, at the foundation of our platform is our Studio Creatio product. And that is that low-code development platform where you don't necessarily need any special coding skills or development skills. Because of the low-code nature of it, you're able to create custom applications and processes and process management utilizing drag and drop if and then conditions. So you can do this at the business analyst level. On top of that, this is where we built our comprehensive full-fledged applications for sales, marketing, and service automation. But also that fourth box that you're seeing is our Creatio Marketplace. The Creatio Marketplace contains over 500 pre-configured connectors, applications, and templates that people can use to extend the core functionality of Creatio into other aspects of their business. So even through this recent healthcare crisis, our R&D team has been hard at work enhancing our products with even more capabilities and better performance. So we are truly happy to be presenting the new and advanced low-code tools in Creatio 7.16. Oh, and I went ahead to one too many. Here we go. All right, so what really differentiates Creatio, and we like to call them our Creatio superpowers, and what we'll be basing you know, the updates on today. We'll be talking about our BPM engine, our low-code platform, and our unified CRM, to create and align sales, marketing, and service automations. And at this point, I'm going to turn it over to Alex Petronenko, who is our product evangelist. Alex, are you out there?
Of course, Eric, of course. I wouldn't miss this webinar for nothing happening in the world.
Perfect.
All right, thanks for passing over the floor to me. And I'm going to be covering the two major updates to our version 7.16, focusing on the two very important superpower of ours, which will be the BPM engine and the local platform. Now, before we start, I would actually like to remind you all and encourage you to ask your questions in the questions area of the webinar. We have an amazing team of product owners that is helping us with this webinar today. So if you have any question at all towards the new functionality, new features that were released, or anything else that you'd like to clarify or to ask, please feel free. This is the time for a direct communication with our team and with our product owners. And let's probably start with the first superpower, the business process management engine, right? The core driver of our application, the core engine of our solution that is helping us to engage both the users and multiple systems through process orchestration. And what is really helping us to move and accelerate a lot faster. And where I probably would like to start is definitely by mentioning and reminding everybody that about a year ago, we've actually released a new product, the Studio Free, that is focusing around a very important area for process management, in general. And this would be the process description, the collaboration about the processes, and really documentation of those processes. And our goal since the release of that product was to continue bridging the gap between these two very important areas of the process management side, where we've actually set ourselves a goal to make this experience as uniform, as consistent, and as efficient. And this is why I would like to probably first of all announce that with the version of 7.16, we've completely revamped the interface and the experience of working on the design of the executable processes, where now we're going to be following the design flow and the design experience adopting from our Studio Free tool. Now, what it actually does, it helps our customers to have a single experience when working on the configuration of these processes, whether it's just the description side or whether this is the execution side of the process management, right? And definitely allows us to simplify the technology stack that we have in our products and deliver all of the updates and all of the changes a lot faster, because we only now work on the update and the development of single engines across all the product suites, the Studio Free, the Studio Enterprise, and of course our CRM suites. Now, a few things.
Is this Process Designer available on all of our products?
Yeah, well, yeah, of course. Since the process engine is in the platform, is in the core of our solution, it is available in the CRM suite, in the marketing side, in the sales and service side, and of course, our financial services application vertical has the same tool available. So it is uniform across all of the products.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Now, of course, we have been working hard and focused a lot around how the citizen developers, the business analysts, and the system administrators are working with the design of these processes, where we've added a lot of improvements towards how the flows of the processes are now managed. So if you're removing an element or if you're adding a new ones, this system and then the process will be automatically rebuilding the flows, will help streamline this design mode. And of course, we've added a lot of functionality around the validation based on the business process management notation version 2.0, just to again simplify the whole design experience of the citizen developers. So even if a user is not familiar with the notation itself, the system will prevent him to build those diagrams that perhaps are not valid and they shouldn't be designed in that way. And of course, we are continuing, this approach when supporting other functionality features. For example, working with multiple gateways and helping the users to automatically rebuild and redesign some of the flows that might be going out of those gateways. So if you're using an exclusive gateway or if you're using a parallel gateway, the system can automatically suggest certain flows to be used out of them. And of course, we are as well working towards additional areas of functionality for this, where we're as well introducing the support of more elements of the business process management notation, such as event sock process, where you can actually set up some exclusions out of the business processes on a smaller diagram and actually describe this business process a lot better and help the users be a little bit more guided through the process of working with them. Now, of course, the improvements have been focusing around the overall performance of the tools. And even if you're working on a design of a very large business process diagram, even though the notation kind of says that it is best practice to keep them as tidy as possible and as small as possible, maybe to reuse some sub processes. Regardless of that, if you're going to have a very large diagram, the system will actually be as efficient and as performative as possible, right? Just to provide this excellent experience to the end users and allow them working with these diagrams in the best way, right? And of course, one of the things that we've as well sort of adopted from the Studio Free and as well introduced is the way that you can actually work with the design of different elements in the process diagrams. So now we're introduced a better grouping of those elements in the items area, right? And even if you're working and have already added an element to the diagram, at all times, if you believe that you made a mistake and you want to change your mind, you can change the type within the same type of elements or even cross type. So for example, easily change the user task or system dialog to a system action. And again, everything around this is simplifying the way that the citizen developers are going to be working with the design of these business processes, and they're going to significantly improve the whole design experience, right, and time to value. And of course, another thing that we've also introduced is ability to easily navigate through process maps and process diagrams through mini-map views, through scroll, zoom ins and zoom outs, and recenter option of the diagrams. And of course,
that looks great, Alex. I think that will definitely help people with navigating more.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But of course, one of the things that we've been working very hard towards throughout this whole time after releasing the Studio Free application is actually bridging the gap between descriptive processes and executable processes. So now we're very excited to announce that we are officially introducing the first import functionality of any BPMN format diagram of a business process and automatic conversion into the executable processes. This is where the system now will be able to recognize those diagrams that have been imported through drag and drop, through just file import, and will read through the structure of that file, will convert the descriptive process to an executable one, and will guide the user through those steps and those elements where certain changes are still going to be required to tweak them a little bit to match to the exact way that the process diagram should be executed. And this is going to change the whole world, and this is going to change the whole game in the industry, because now you don't have to spend a lot of time on describing the processes and making approvals around them with your teams, and then spending even more time on rebuilding them, comparing the diagram to diagram. Once you have it already described, you can easily import it, and you can quickly make those changes, and you can already start the process automation.
So Alex, that's an exciting update, and I know our team has been waiting for this for a long time. So does this mean that you can not only automate processes, but that they're automatically executable now?
Yeah, and this is actually just the first step in this direction, where in the future we will be adding more features in order to simplify this process even better, right? So for example, when working on a description of the process, if an organization has both free and enterprise editions, to with one click say that you want to convert this process and then have it represented in an executable diagram. So there are definitely ways of improving this. We're definitely looking to deliver more features, more functions, and those are going to be coming our way very, very soon.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Alex.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so a few more things on the process management and the business process management functionality in Creatio here is definitely the fact that we've been working hard on as well, simplifying and making the whole execution experience by the end users better. where we've made some backend work in the way that the different business processes might be interacting with the same user, if they actually have several processes opening up records for them. And actually, the improvement has been around making sure that we maintain the context of the previous process execution, and all of the processes are still going to be valid no matter how the users are going to be navigated through them, right? This has been as well covering some of the settings and some of the functionality in the maintenance of the process log, where we can now automatically clean up the process log after a certain time periods, not to keep all of those records in our database. This is where we as well can now easily cancel some of the processes that were completed with an error, so that they again don't just bulk up in the process log. And even the whole experience of navigating to those settings has been improved, making it easier for system administrators to maintain their application. And probably one of the last features that we wanted to introduce in regards to the business process management is definitely a new technology in our stack, where we are introducing RabbitMQ for queue management and fail-safe operation support of our process engine. So now, no matter how many business processes are going to be triggered by an external system or by an integration or by anything else, no matter if the system is going on maintenance or is not available for some reason, even though we're providing 99.9 availability, RabbitMQ will help us to deliver the execution of the processes without any problems, without any issues. And of course, this is just another step into providing the best execution experience of our solution. And probably at this point, let's stop for a short and quick Q&A and see if we have any great questions here.
Great, thank you so much, Alex. That was great, and these are some really exciting updates that will clearly offer so much value to our user community. So let's now take some questions that our audience has shared with us. And again, just a friendly reminder, please continue submitting your questions and comments, because we are really eager to answer them today while we're discussing Creatio 7.16. So our first question, with the 7.16 enhancements, does this mean I can import the processes from Studio Free to Creatio paid versions?
Yeah, absolutely. And not just from the Studio Free, but you can actually import a diagram that has been designed in a different tool that specializes on process description and modeling. Right, and again, the system will recognize the diagram and will import it into the system. But again, we recommend using Studio Free because it is an online repository of all the business processes that have been described or are under construction. There is a very cool feature set that is going to come to our free product in the future, helping organizations to even better collaborate and describe and model those business processes.
Awesome, thank you so much, Alex. And how often should companies analyze and optimize their processes?
We know that as soon as a process is implemented, there's going to be a change that's going to be needed in probably just a day, right? So the refinements and the rediscovery of the business processes is a constant cycle, right, of the process management on its own. And definitely our goal as an organization is to support those processes, is to support that everlasting change and needed change.
Great, thank you so much, Alex. And another question from Amy, what are the feature differences between Free Studio and Enterprise Studio?
Well, the difference in the feature set is really that the Studio Free is focusing around collaboration, around description of the processes, right? And the Studio Enterprise is the executable tool. So this is where exactly you can set up integrations between the different systems, and this is where you can engage users into completing those steps. And of course, the Studio Enterprise is also empowered by our low-code application platform functionality for application creation, application design, and support of the business operations as such. But of course, our goal and our vision is to step-by-step empower the Studio Free with all of the functionality around creating business applications and managing users and setting up mobile views of the system, just so that we really reach the goal of making every single person a developer to a certain extent, right, and help any organization accelerate in their business transformation in reaching their business goals.
Great, thanks again, Alex. And just one more, when are these new process design capabilities available?
Well, they are already available. The trial versions on our website that are available for free already have been updated to the latest version 7.16. If you're a customer of Creatio, you will be probably getting the update in the nearest time, since there's definitely a life cycle of delivering these changes to our customers. But most probably they are already there, right? And you can already start taking you can start already taking advantage and leveraging the cool features that have been released on this side and all of the other areas that we're going to cover throughout this webinar.
All right, great. Thank you so much, Alex. All right, team, let's move through the rest of the enhancements.
Yeah, absolutely. And everybody, thank you for very great questions. Keeping going in the questions area. We're going to be answering all of those through the chat or through questions, and definitely follow up through an email with those that we just can't cover quickly, right? Now, where I'm going to be focusing next is going to be our second superpower. We're going to talk about the low-code platform functionality that is dedicated to make everyone a developer, right? Our tagline and our vision as an organization. Now, definitely wanted to remind you guys that there are 4 major areas for the for the low-code application, starting with the process modeling and documentation, administration tools, application design tools, and application lifecycle management. And we as an organization are definitely dedicated and definitely focused around providing the best functionality in these areas, right? We are absolutely focused on providing the best functionality when it gets to any of the areas of these local platform. And definitely where we wanted to start off with is definitely talk about the AI and machine learning capabilities of Creatio. Definitely bring up again that, based on Gartner's analysis and prediction, around 40% of all the organization believe that they should be more tailored and more personal in their communication with their customers, and provide the next offers and the recommendations based on machine learning models. And this is where within our newest release of 7.16, within the same low-code approach to the design, within the same ease of configuration, we are now introducing a new model of data prediction that is going to be based on recommendations. So whenever we need to include a new, fast matching product or offer that we can suggest to the customer, we can easily configure it with just a point-and-click functionality of our machine learning models. As you know, we already have great feature set on the data prediction and AI as such, for numeric value predictions, for predictive scoring, and for categorization of records. And this is definitely just another step into making this whole experience better, more flexible, and more engaging for our, for the customers of our end customers. And of course, we are continuing in developing our platform from both areas of the end user experience and configuration experience, where we've as well adopted a new analytics visualization tool with the Chart.js framework, which are making our dashboards even better from the reliability standpoint, from the performance standpoint, and better giving us a better insight into the KPIs and performance of the application and users. And of course, what it also has introduced is a new type of chart that we can now include into the design, which is the stacked bar chart, right? With the ability to quickly recategorize, reshape the view of the chart and be more agile in the way that the users are working with the analytics tool in Creatio. Now, of course, we've, in order to empower more complex reporting requirements of our customers and partners, we've as well included a new tool for our Fast Report Designer to provide more thorough insight, more thorough analysis and reporting capability into the platform. So definitely, this is just going to make the application even more broad in terms of functionality available for analytics and data visualization, reporting, and so on and so forth. Now, In addition to that, we've as well been working a lot on revamping some of the algorithms that stand behind the global search functionality, just to make the whole experience of searching across the application smoother and quicker and faster. Right now, thanks to this backend work, the application is performing a lot better, right? A lot quicker, and the whole experience of the end user is basically as great as it was before, but even more reliable. And of course, our constant updates and our constant, focus is on improving the user experience. And what is very great, and we do appreciate a lot, is the fact that a lot of these are coming from your feedback, from your comments, and through your customer voice. So please, if you see something that could be improved from a user experience standpoint, from user interface standpoint, let us know. Let us know through our support service. Let us know through the community service, just so that we can continue delivering the best functionality and the best solution for you. But of course, the 7.16 update is covering the user interface experience improvements in the account relationship diagrams, in how the users work with the record list in the system, how they configure the email providers list, and of course, how the users are working with the license management functionality and changelog. And of course, we continue adopting the .NET Core and PostgreSQL as our backbone technologies. We are moving and adopting them across the runtime and the design time of the application, covering all of the important areas of the functionality to fully support these features. And as we've mentioned throughout a few releases ago, very soon we're going to complete this adoption, and it's going to be providing the best functionality for our customers and our partners. And of course, as we mentioned, right, the user interface reconfiguration and revamping is a constant process for us. We are trying to deliver all of the great features to you using the best technology out there. And this is really our dedication, and this is really our focus as an organization. And of course, probably just to finish off with a few more features on the mobile side, definitely want to mention that thanks to the revamping of the synchronization processes, which are now leveraging some of the native capability of the mobile devices, we've been able to improve the synchronization time up to 6 times, right? So whether it's just the metadata of the mobile application, whether this is the data synchronization, it is, it's working faster than ever. And it really helps all of our customers to be very, very efficient when working from mobile devices. And of course, another improvement to the user experience is also the introduction of an ability to share the links to the records easily and quickly through the native capability of the mobile devices, and how you can share the link across other applications. And of
now,
course,
Alex, this is a really impressive update. So I actually just want to pause you here for a second, because 6 times faster, that's got to make a huge difference for some of our users. Have we received any feedback on this?
Yeah, absolutely. This is already available, right, with the newest release, and we've received a lot of great feedback and a lot of praises from our customers thanking us for this huge improvements. Okay, perfect. So yeah, actually it's time for another Q&A session. So great, do we have anything in the questions area?
Yes, thank you so much, Alex. That was really great and super helpful for our audience. So let's move into another round of questions, and please keep them coming. We welcome your questions and your comments, and please post them in the chat section of this webinar. So Alex, our first question is, what role do low-code capabilities play in the Creatio roadmap?
Whoa, well, I would say that the low-code functionality and low-code roadmap is a huge part of our system development and product backlog, because it is the underlying platform to all of our product suites, and we are absolutely dedicated to deliver the best low-code design experience to all of our CRM customers and all of our business app customers. Right, so this is definitely where we're going to be focusing the development of the application in the future. We have a lot of product teams and product owner teams that are working solely on the low-code features, right? And definitely more and more features and updates are going to be coming our way in the next releases.
Great, thank you, Alex. As always, a very helpful and thorough response. Next question is AI component in Creatio sold for an extra fee?
The AI and machine learning component is not sold extra. It is part of the platform, and it is available as part of the subscription plan of the customers. So no
Great.
matter, so no matter which product you're using, we'll probably accept this free edition, right? You can take leverage and you can use our machine learning models across any product out there, right? So whether it is CRM related or non-CRM related, you're not limited to anything here.
Great. Let's continue moving forward, team. And again, to our audience, please voice your questions in the chat section, and we'll answer them throughout the next Q&As throughout this presentation.
Okay, perfect. So at this point, I believe I'm going to be passing over to Eric for his superpower, which is the knowledge of the CRM world. And Eric is always passionate talking about the great features that we are releasing to our sales, marketing, and service functionality. Eric?
Absolutely. Thank you, Alex. Amazing presentation. I know this is only my second release that I've been through, but these are some of the most exciting updates that I've seen. What's your opinion, Alex? You've been here a little longer.
Well, I gotta say that every release is special for us. I know that our R&D team is always excited and is always looking forward to the release dates of the major upgrades to the application, and they're really, they're really taking it personal. The system is their baby, and they like to see how our customers are happy about it, about the new features, and it's just like, they're very happy to receive all of the feedback to what they do as a product team, and definitely to receive more feedback towards how they can improve the application.
Absolutely. They're getting a virtual round of applause from me right now. So excellent. All right. So we're going to switch gears a little bit, and we're going to have a look at our new CRM capabilities. And we'll get started within our marketing updates. We're really have made some great enhancements to our content designer functionality. So some of the new features will allow users to create even better email templates, newsletter templates. We've really focused on creating great content that can be designed within our platform. So, first, the new content designer is going to be supporting active email template layouts. So again, being able to create these great templates directly in the designer. Another great update to this is you're able to save any content block from an existing template and then reuse it in another template. So you don't have to reinvent the wheel every time that you want to create a new template. And we've also made improvements to the user interface, so it will make it easier to work with the content designer as you're working to design those templates. Another great update, again, for those organizations that may have a mobile-first approach, and we know how important mobile is in the marketplace today. We're enabling users to create more advanced mobile responsive emails through the MJML framework. This is a great update because not only will it render on mobile devices, but also increase the delivery rate through that framework.
Yeah, Eric, and I just wanted to quickly add one thing on the MJML framework. Also mentioning that it is an incredible update for our content designer, for our marketing module, because it also increases the delivery rate of the emails that are going to be sent out from Creatio, making them almost twice as small as the regular design mode, right? So it's actually making it more reliable and more efficient than it's been before.
Excellent. Yeah, great point, Alex. Absolutely. And so another update that I'm very excited about is the ability to edit HTML content within a template directly in the designer. To me, this is a huge update because you're going to be able to edit things like text, font color, images directly in the content designer. So this will really help marketing teams create better content for their campaigns.
Yeah, and not just the marketing teams, but now any user who is not familiar with the HTML code that is not a web developer will be able to quickly update and adjust some of those HTML versions that they've imported from a third-party application, for example. So again, just making the whole design experience a lot better and more native to regular users, not developers.
And guys, just want to emphasize here, does this mean I can edit any HTML template within the system?
Yeah, this is exactly, yeah, this is exactly what it is, correct?
Great, thank you.
Cool. One too many there again. I'm getting happy with my mouse click, guys. So another feature that was in high demand is updating the campaign designer user interface. So now the campaign designer interface now matches our new process designer and is based on the same low-code technology. So this really unifies both tools when users are working with visual diagrams within the system. That experience will be the same whether that's in the campaign designer or process designer. So another great update from our marketing content. All right, so moving on to our sales updates. So we've totally revamped our forecasting section. So this is another very important update. We've created a flexible tool that can really build forecasts based on any entity or dimension within the system. So not just sales data. We're able to, change the order of columns and expected columns. It's really been, a tremendous update for us. So the ability to set up different forecasts and separate them into other tabs. So you're able to change the view and then open that up in other tabs. And then Alex mentioned this earlier in his presentation. So we've, really updated our AI and machine learning capabilities. And within the sales module, we're utilizing AI and machine learning to predict the next best offer. So, rather than, just, predicting probabilities, now we're going to be able to predict what the next best action or the next best offer will be for that particular user. So great update. We all know how important artificial intelligence and machine learning is. All right, and then from a service perspective, we have an update here. So our support team had received several requests from our customers regarding the case response and resolution SLAs that are calculated within the system. We were able to display those SLAs, but they weren't able to see the logic that was behind those calculations. So within the 7.16 update, users are now able to view the business logic for calculating the case response and resolution time. So if you think about a service professional, they're able to drill into the logic behind that. If there's exceptions, they can change that directly within the system now. So another great update for our service management platform.
Yeah, Eric, and I just wanted to maybe step in for a quick second here, mentioning that this is a great example how customer feedback program and customer voice can help shape our product backlog. I will be talking to our development life cycles and delivery life cycles as we move forward, but just wanted to mention that that specific feature was a suggestion from some of our customers, right? And actually we've implemented it knowing that if it's valuable and useful for this number of customers, it might be valuable and useful for all of the other customers.
Yeah,
definitely. Thanks for emphasizing this, Alex.
Yeah, great point. Strong voice of the customer program here at Creatio. So, we really appreciate the feedback and obviously take that to heart and put it into our design roadmap. So next up, we're going to be talking about our financial services offerings. So we're also working hard to enhance our vertical solutions. So within this release, Alex mentioned this earlier in his portion of the presentation as well. Our financial service products will now support .NET Core as well as PostgreSQL. And then also we've updated the user interface of our financial service products. So basic information about contacts or legal entities all can be managed within the profile section. So financial services is a very great vertical for us, and we keep expanding out our capabilities in this space. So moving on to our portal updates. So we've made a number of enhancements to the partner portal, including our first version of partner relationship management. This will really help build stronger and more productive relationships with partners. So that's what all of our updates are geared towards. So first and foremost, we have the ability to display partner metrics directly on the partner portal. We also have the ability to display all of those metrics, in customized dashboards and reports directly on the partner portal. We've also implemented, the ability to collaborate and process leads and opportunity within the partner portal for our partners. And again, this just gives greater visibility and relationship building with your partners. And then finally, we've also implemented additional options for using price lists in orders. So you can now use personal price lists for your partner programs. This is a great feature if you have different partner levels. So that way they can, kind of manage their margin, have separate price lists based on the level of partnership that they have with you. Beyond the ability to, track those price lists, we also have the ability to, out-of-the-box capabilities for them to manage their partner funds. So if, say for an example, they want to calculate their marketing development funds based on specific sales amounts, they can start to calculate that directly within the tool. Also, they have the ability to kind of plan for their budget and marketing activities. So they'll be able to do all of that directly within the partner portal. They can set approvals for the budget. So if there's a process behind that, they can do that as well. And then right here on this last slide, they're also able to keep track of their partner training sessions, things like how many certified experts they have, so they can really understand the level of partnership and how they advance through those levels. So again, great way to build stronger relationships with our partners, and this is a great update. Again, I feel this is going to be a very strong selling point of the 7.16 release.
Yeah, absolutely,
Right, so
Eric.
that's great. And as far as I know, this is something that we at Creatio use internally, and I guess now we've realized the immense and powerful effects and benefits that we've achieved from it. So now we wanted to offer it as out-of-the-box functionality.
That's correct. Yeah. So we're utilizing that to manage our partner network. You had mentioned at the beginning of this presentation that we have over 700 in 110 different countries. So this really helps us manage that entire partner program. And again, our partner program has been highly recognized by analysts as well.
Yeah, Eric, and I just wanted to add, I'm looking at the questions area, and there's a lot of great feedback. Thank you very much, everybody, for sending your praises. But I also wanted to mention and make a little announcement that we are recording this webinar, and it will be available after we're done for general access. So even if you need to leave the webinar, rest assured that we'll be recording this and making it public available on our YouTube channel and website.
Great, Alex. Thanks for reminding everyone.
Perfect. Yeah, thank you very much. And I think at this point, that is our updates for our CRM portion of the presentation. So I'm going to kick it back over to our favorite superhero, Alex, to talk about our development and delivery approach. Alex, back to you.
Thanks, Eric. You're too kind. You're too kind. But yeah, we wanted to spend just a few slides and a few words, a few minutes on reminding everyone how exactly do we deliver and how do we, build our product backlog and what is standing behind this. Now, definitely, as we mentioned a couple of times, right, we source a lot of ideas and so how to make our product better through the customer voice that we receive from our partners, from our direct customers, from executives, from teams internally and externally, talking to industry analysts. And definitely this customer voice together with our strategy, together with our vision of the industry and of the future of our product form our backlog in general, right? And of course, once we form this vision, we transfer it to the product management team and to the product owners that break it down into themes, epics, features, user stories, and tasks that are then prioritized and actually sent over to the development lifecycle. And the way that we are bringing this together is that, well, as you know, we are doing our minor updates and upgrades every 4 or 5 weeks. Within these 5 weeks, the team is going through a very sophisticated process of, first of all, reanalyzing the product backlog as it is right now, committing and developing these features, going through all of the unit testing and testing lifecycle from units, acceptance testing, exploratory testings, user acceptance testings, right? And only then, after we've done all of this extensive work, we are slowly trying to apply the upgrades to our test environments, to the pre-production and staging environments, and then slowly, one by one, we're rolling it out to our customers, right? We definitely run some canary testing. We're closely listening to feedback and make sure that, first of all, the feedback is satisfactory, that the system continues operating in the best way, and definitely listen to the feedback on the features that we've developed and delivered, right? So keep in mind that we're constantly working on these. Keep in mind that we're definitely hear you and we want to hear more from you. So keep sending us your suggestions, your ideas, so that we can incorporate them in our products. Okay, so
great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Alex and Eric. Great job here. This was a great overview of some of the enhancements, and now we are moving into our first poll. So we'd like to ask the audience, which enhancements to Creatio's product offering are you most excited about?
Okay, so great. We're gonna place a bet on what the audience think is most exciting. I would go
I think
for
we should. I think it's going to be the enhancements to marketing, sales, and service. What do you guys think?
I think it's all of them.
Or this is the safest bet, Nandish. This is the safest one.
I know.
All of them. Eric, what do you think?
I feel it's going to be too close to call. That's I would fold at this point, Alex.
All right, so it's just
all right, let's give our audience some time to answer. Although I do think I'll be the winner here ultimately. So some questions while we're just waiting for our audience to answer the poll. We are looking for a CRM for sales automation. Can we integrate your product with our internal communications tools such as Slack, for example?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a couple of different ways you can accomplish that as well. We have a fully open source API that can connect into third-party applications. But as I had mentioned earlier on in the presentation, we also have a marketplace with pre-built connectors, applications, and templates, including a pre-built connector for Slack. So a couple of different options on how to accomplish that.
Great. Thanks so much, guys. Next question, do you use Scrum methodology?
Yeah, actually we are, the development team is comprised into Scrum teams. We're in full agile mode, and this is exactly the development methodology that we use internally.
Awesome, thank you so much. So our next question is it possible to define other creations instead of certifications, for example, number of customers, sales volume, and marketing activities?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. This is actually all managed through the simple settings and configuration rather than development. As always, our focus is not just to provide a certain set of functionality, but making it flexible and easily reusable by our customers. So this is definitely something that you would be able to configure with no code at all.
Great. And here's a nice question. Do you guys have clients that use all three products?
Oh, of course. Yeah, most of our clients have some combination of all three products. So definitely, we have full-fledged CRM platform installed at many different clients.
Right.
Great. Thank you so much, guys. All right, let's look at these poll results. As expected, I was right.
Of course you were.
What people seem to be most excited about are the enhancements to marketing, sales, service, and to marketing, sales, and service products. While many of you answered all of them, which we're obviously very happy to hear about because there are so many great enhancements to 7.16 that we have been so excited to share with each of you. So let's move forward, guys.
Okay, perfect. And I believe that at this point, we're going to pass over to Nandish to talk about Marketplace, Academy, and Community Services. Nandish?
Wow. Thanks, Alex. And you definitely guys saved the best for the last, right? Thank you so much.
As always.
Right. So personally, of course. Personally, for me, when I started my career at Creatio a year ago, I didn't think much about Marketplace, to be honest. I thought that was more of an afterthought. But these days, when I do a strategic demos, there's at least 10 Marketplace applications that I use. And that is a phenomenal number, right? And this is actually backed up by our customers as well. So overwhelmingly, 55% of our customers use at least one or more apps from Marketplace. So what that technically means is one among two of you is actually using our application. Now, all of that is backed up by our strong community developers. We have over 130 developers from all over the partners like Meritus, and Eric and Alex. You probably know that. Do you want to share any experience here of using Marketplace application?
Well, absolutely. You know that I'm a constant user of Marketplace apps, and I find them incredible just from the standpoint of how they simplify the whole design experience, user experience of the application. So incredible job to all of our, partner network and developer network. Thank you very much for your input, and thank you for, keep doing the amazing job you do, and keep adding and developing applications.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I would say that that makes my job a lot easier in sales. So as we're out positioning our products, this really helps us to meet customers' needs more quickly and get them up and running and realizing a quicker time to value. So absolutely.
Absolutely. And what is pretty impressive for me is the breadth of the solutions that we have. We're talking about ETL tools, connecting it to many of the CRM applications. We're talking about Webitel. We're talking about chatbot. So the diverse applications is pretty amazing. And we are continuing to invest in that as well. So our Marketplace team has released over 65 plus Marketplace application in the last 6 months alone. So what that translates to is basically 10 applications every month, 2 applications every week. That is a phenomenal growth from a marketplace application. So in addition to that, we also focus on Academy. So whenever we close a deal or we move on to the next stage, most of the stakeholders ask us, hey, how do we get our people trained, right? So when we saw some of the video tutorials, they happen to be somewhat dated. So we have continued to make investment on that. So not only from video aspect, but also from development guide. Low code, no code is something of a high impact area for us. Catherine is very much interested in that. So we want to make sure that there is customization coming up, and we give you all the necessary tools that Alex talked about, and we're making significant investment in Academy as well. And from a training side, people have different views on how they want to do training. Some of them want to learn by themselves. Some of them obviously want to be guided a little bit, and some of them obviously want to show up on site and to have that one-to-one interaction with our trainers. So irrespective of which direction that you want to go with, we have various offers, e-learning, guided or corporate training, and we'll continue to make investment in that area as well, alongside with Academy. Now, community has been somewhat on the back end of everybody's mind, but Catherine recently came up to say that there is a lot of knowledge that our citizen developers have about our solution. I mean, Alex, between myself and Alex beats me by a couple of years. He's light years ahead of me in terms of Creatio knowledge. But then there are also other people outside who have used our application and have extended that application significantly for their own unique use case. And we want to connect that and leverage that knowledge and kind of disperse that with the remainder of our community as well. But in order to do so, from a collaboration perspective, we also want to recognize such high-profile, highly knowledgeable customers, right? So in the Creatio community, we've started to make sure that we give them enough visibility, not only in terms of what kind of posts they have made, the history of those posts, and also significant contributions, significant skills levels that they have built for themselves, and that creates a little bit of, I would say, comfort level when you get a response back from them saying that, hey, the response that I did get from somebody from the community is someone who's really expert in that field. Before I transfer over, Alex, Eric, do you want to add anything to that?
No, I just wanted to probably say again, thank you very much to all of our communities. Thank you very much to everyone who continues contributing to our services that we provide through Marketplace, through Academy, through community itself. Keep it going. And again, we really appreciate everything that you do, guys. Thank you again, and thank you very much. Now, definitely wanted to mention before passing over to Kuray for some of the final slides here is that the trial version that is available on our website absolutely for free is already updated to the latest version 7.16. So if you haven't yet, please go to the website, please subscribe with the new 14-day trial and try all of those new great features and let us know what you think. Tell us what you think about them and tell us where can we make our products even better. Thank you again. Great.
Great. Thank you so much. Thanks, Nandish, Alex, Eric. You know, as usual, you guys have done such an amazing job explaining the updates and the enhancements of Creatio 7.16. So just want to thank you for this discussion. And I just want to remind everyone who's viewing today that Creatio has remained incredibly active during this time of remote work. You know, we are constantly thinking of new ways to engage our user community and our employee base. We're currently launching a series of online webinars, lunch and learns, and even product battles during this upcoming month and during this time of uncertainty. So we've introduced Creatio Arena, which has been this fantastic forum for interactive debates and discussions with our extensive external community of partners, analysts, thought leaders, you name it. And here's just an example of some of the things that we have coming up. And you know, we welcome you to voice your interest, to you know, send us a note and register for these events because we'd love to have you join. And we'd also like to highlight our COVID-19 initiative. You know, I think we're all very proud to be part of an organization that's really doing their part. Creatio is providing service Creatio free to organizations fighting against COVID-19 pandemic. You know, we launched this initiative roughly a month ago on March 24th to help businesses in the fight against COVID-19 to support their business needs. And we've just received incredible feedback about this initiative, about the flexibility that the product offers during these, times of chaos and unexpected circumstances. So we hope to continue to reach more users that can leverage service-free, leverage this great initiative and use it for their businesses. It's really important for this first responding community to have the right tools in their hands and to, have the right technology to respond quickly. Oh, skipped ahead there. Sorry. And thank you so much for everyone for joining this webinar. We're glad to have this opportunity to share with you our 7.16 release updates. We hope you enjoyed this discussion, and we invite you to share your feedback, continue sending some questions while we have these last few minutes. And we have our last question. We'd just like to ask you, how did you like the webinar? Please be open and honest with your feedback and just share your opinion with us. While you guys answer, let's move into some questions while we have these few last minutes. So guys, when is the new update rolling out for our customers?
Just like we've mentioned, some of the upgrade is also already available publicly, and we will be gradually delivering the upgrades and updates to our existing customers. So if you haven't been updated yet, the changes and update is coming very, very soon your way.
Great, thanks guys. And I like this question because we can speak to our the fact that we're industry agnostic here. Which industries does Marketplace offer solutions for?
Oh man,
it's a loaded question, correct? Yes. It's a lot of industries. So you can find retail, you can find rental car companies, very specifics like that. You can find it for financial services, manufacturing. So they go all over the place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. You name it. Down to transportation. There's just too many to name. But yeah, we are industry agnostic. I think that is the best way to position that, correct?
Great. Thank you so much, guys. Alex, Eric, and Nandish, you always, you respond so great to our questions for our community here that's been asking them in the chat. And we'd like to remind everyone that we will answer the unanswered questions offline. Thank you so much for your participation today. We really appreciate you joining us and look forward to having you on future webinars.
Hey, thanks, guys. Stay safe.
Thanks very much.
Thank you all. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.